time now to go around the association.
Okay.
Oh, I saw that hand wave. I have an idea, guys. Let's play word association, shall we?
Okay.
My word, bench, please. Because we like the reaction from the bench. Emmanuel quickly.
He's running away.
Dropping in.
Off.
We love the support.
what
And
happens
later
when you
on
snap,
in the game, Mitchell Robinson getting the slam. And look at this, his teammates loving it.
vibes.
We
Support
love
your
to
people
see
at
it.
all
it.
times.
Bench,
Agreed.
please.
Love it. Okay, so let me get in on this end.
The high bar for a word, too.
Same game, different message. No chill is what I'm going to go with, Charlie, because the Knicks were up 20. Julius Randle got 37 points, and Tibbs still finds the need to play him with 6 minutes remaining. I just don't know why.
Great defensive team.
Soak it up.
But I'm going to keep it going, right? We'll head down to Orlando for my next one, and we'll go unassuming here because the Joker is the most unassuming player on the court pretty much at any given moment, right? But 12 triple-doubles this season should tell you that this man should be in the MVP conversation. And I get it. He don't play no defense, relatively speaking, and he's just big and goofy looking, relatively speaking, but he's balling. So you need to give him his due.
Tom Thibodeau would definitely be playing him all 4 quarters.
Yes.
One-upmanship is my word for this one. Kelly Oubre finding James Wiseman for the big-time alley-oop right here. That was sweet, right?
One-upped him.
Wasn't as sweet as this ridiculous over the backboard floater by Tobias Harris. Let's see it again. Oh, yeah.
Okay, see,
One up that.
I will be the judge of this, and I'm gonna go with the oop art. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
Okay.
We'll go scorching for Suns Heat, and I know this is applicable to both mascots in this matchup, but it's also applicable to the Phoenix Suns in general. These Jokers have won the last 7 road games. Last
getting
time
hot
that
in
happened
here.
for Phoenix was Devin Booker being 10 years old. Goodness.
And for more on the association, we now welcome in Jorge Sedano. George, the trade deadline is tomorrow, so we wanted to get your thoughts on some available parts, of course. So first, a contender needs to trade for Victor Oladipo.
So I would say if we're going to play overrated, underrated, or properly rated, I'm going to go properly rated on that one, Charlie, because, look, I know Victor Oladipo has put up big numbers, and his efficiency hasn't been great while playing for the Houston Rockets, who obviously snapped their 20-game losing streak. But I think if you put him on a contender and he can fit in a specific role, maybe a 6th-man role or just a complementary role to some other superstars, I think he's the perfect type of player that a team would need because he can score in bunches, he can score from all the different levels, and he's still an excellent defender. I'm not judging him based on the situation in Houston. I don't think you should judge anybody, to be honest, with that situation in Houston.
Now, I wanted to get into the trade rumors between Boston and Atlanta, but I will bypass that and tee up the idea of over, properly, or underrated on Marcus Smart being more important to the Celtics than Aaron Gordon.
I'm going to say underrated on Marcus Smart being more important than Aaron Gordon. If you look at Marcus Smart, okay, I believe if you look at his last 2 years, the Celtics are something like plus 240, 250, maybe even more when he's on the floor. He impacts winning in a big way. I think he should have been the Defensive Player of the Year at some point in this last stretch over the last several years. And then he started to add a 3. Now, granted, he's not Ray Allen by any stretch of the imagination, but he's still consistent enough where you have to respect him from out there. And we saw that in the bubble. Like, again, he's never going to be a good shooter, but he's going to be someone you at least have to guard out there. But defensively is where he makes his mark. Meanwhile, Aaron Gordon, for as great a player as he is, and he can do a lot of different things, he just doesn't impact winning the same way. Over the last 2 years, minus 99 plus minus for Aaron Gordon. I like Aaron Gordon as a player. I just need to see him perhaps in a better situation, and maybe Boston's it. But I wouldn't do it at the expense of Marcus Smart.
All right, George, listen, I hate to say this or even bring this up as a Toronto sports fan, but we literally just saw the Rockets pass the L's, the most longest active losing streak in the NBA, to the Raptors the other night. And so the questions are swirling. Overrated, underrated, properly rated. The Raptors should trade Kyle Lowry.
Underrated. I know this one hurts you. I know, again, as you mentioned, this comes from the heart, and this one's going to be tough on you.
Hurts.
But at some point, you have to start the rebuild. Look, they won a championship. Nobody saw that coming. They defended their championship well, I thought, last season in that great series against the Celtics. Kyle Lowry is an asset, and you have to utilize him as an asset in this particular case. Now, you do him the favor and the solid of trading him somewhere where he can be a contender, where he's happy. Miami seems to be one of those places that's been rumored. Philadelphia is another one of those places because obviously he's from that area. But we know his relationship with Jimmy Butler and even Bam Adebayo. And when you look at those two teams, they are one, maybe two players away from being a team that can be a legit championship contender again. More so Miami than Philly. I think Philly's probably one player away. Miami may be 1.5 players away, like a legit all-star like a Kyle Lowry, and maybe another role player to add to the rotation. But it is underrated because it's time for the rebuild. It's time for Siakam to be the centerpiece and them to kind of figure that out. I know that you have to hate hearing that coming out of my mouth, but it is the reality that they're in at 35 years old.
George, if he goes to Miami, please take care of him, okay?
he'll be just fine on South Beach, man. Don't worry about it.
Without question. One more before we let you go. Zion, 27 points last night. That is now 21 straight games with 20-plus points. His ceiling is higher than we imagined. Over, under, or properly rated?
Underrated on Zion. We are just starting to scratch the surface at how good Zion is. When you look at Zion last year, obviously a lot of points in transition. They try to post him up. No. Stan Van Gundy, credit to Stan. He's facing him up now. He is putting the ball on the floor. He is going like a freight train, or he's making plays for other guys. We have seen point Zion here in the recent tenure of Stan Van Gundy, and he has to be the focal point. I know that everyone's focused on the points at the moment, but he is a playmaker as well for his teammates, something he was good at when he was at Duke as well for that short amount of time.
Okay, and finally, SportsNation is must-watch TV, over, under, properly rated.
Bring it.
Underrated, especially when Taylor Twellman is on. When Taylor Twellman is on, it's underrated. When Taylor Twellman is on, as much as I love my dude, it's a little overrated.
I love it.
Fair. I hope he's watching right now.
He's going to have a response on Twitter in 4 minutes.
Give it a second.
All right, George.
There's no question.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you for your time. You can check out this guy, LZ and Cap, on ESPN 710 LA. Thank you, sir.
You got it, guys. Take care, fam. Be good.
All right now.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.